I'm going to have to get a headset. I'm on a stupid setup here.
Describe your setup.
I've got wireless headphones, which, are never any good.
No. Why even buy them is my question.
It was when I was thinking I needed them for my recording studio experience, so I could put my hand on the side of my head. Give it a bit of the old Phil Collins. But obviously I've realised that they're shit.
Yeah.
And I've got a stupid little round microphone, one of the selection that we bought from Maplin's.
Yeah.
Looks like a polo, and I'm just holding that in front of me, so I look idiotic.
That's okay. It's a podcast. Nobody can see you.
There you go. Right. I've got a hangover and I think I've got the flu.
Awesome. Well, when we get to digestion news, you can tell us all about your big night out.
Right.
I think we've actually started.
Have we?
Yeah.
All right. That's okay.
So I'll just say, welcome to Turbocast 15, and I think 15 finds us in somewhat somber mood.
Are we talking 14 here,
yeah.
Simon?
Yes, so 14 is now lost forever due to various technical difficulties. It was actually... It was I'll give you the full story. I don't suppose anybody cares, but I'll tell it anyway. It was recorded onto a 500 gigabyte ATA drive that's in my desktop Linux machine. And when I came to edit it the next day, the disk wouldn't power up. So I took it to a data recovery company who appeared to have just repaired the controller board on the disk, then formatted it, wiping all the data, and tried to charge me $300.
Fuckers.
Yeah, so anyway, after a protracted bloody wrangling with those cunts, I got my $300 back, but we never got Turbocast 14 back.
It was the funniest ever by a long way.
Oh, fucking hell, I literally soiled myself.
Uh-huh.
So,
me too.
Quickly recap, we didn't have much digestion news, did we?
Are we talking about 14 here?
Yeah.
Obviously I can't remember. Well, there's only one thing I can remember about, other than it being the funniest thing ever. And that was the smelly cream.
Yeah.
Or smelly cum.
So there was a lot of digestion news. I ate a spicy Turkish pita and was quite ill after that, and I did it for reasons of bravado, which makes it doubly stupid.
What did I eat?
Nothing. You were a bit of a wuss last time.
Yeah, what a fanny.
On the big question was, should anybody take illegal drugs? And you said, yes, I'm taking them now.
Oh, it was very interesting, that, yeah.
Yeah.
Undead funny.
Explaining the Unexplained was lake monsters, in which we decided that there really aren't any.
Yeah.
Then we had the diary, which was absolutely hilarious, and witnessed
it was great.
the birth of the smelly cum / smelly cream catchphrase. And then I can't and TurboSat wasn't too gripping.
What was the song? We're obviously going to have to... the song's going to have to be used, isn't it?
Yeah, I can't remember what the song was.
It was Golden Girl, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, because I made some quip about it being a B. Arthur tribute.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's good.
Didn't Brendan Foster ring me up and ask if he could use it for the theme tune for the 2012 Olympics?
Yeah, it is, and it's also going to be the title music for the new Paula Radcliffe biopic, and she's going to be played by Pauline Quirk.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, it's
a lot of exciting news on that front. So let's talk about digestion news. Take it away.
Digestion news.
I'm not sure have any really, but
Oh, fucking hell, man, come on.
well, I've had the shits for about 3 weeks. But I don't know how much that's to do with, what I've been eating. I've been eating loads of crap.
Good.
And I wake up quite early and I have a bit of pain, like just before you're going to have diarrhea.
Yeah, the cramps.
Yeah, I wake up with a bit of that and I have to walk quite briskly to the toilet. I don't have to run, but quite briskly. And then I'll have an unpleasant movement.
So what?
So I don't know whether I've finally fucked myself totally, but it's just given up.
What manner of crap are you eating? Is it fast food frenzy?
What I tend to do is I have a birdseed bar for my breakfast.
Yeah.
Then for lunch I've been having fucking enormous salads, a wheelbarrow full of salad.
Yeah.
And loads of beetroot and cress and fucking everything.
You're basically a ruminant at this point.
Yeah, and there'll be some tuna or salmon or,
Yeah.
I love salad,
Yeah.
and eat loads of it. And then when I get in, I think, shit, I've had salad for me dinner, I'm going to have to eat a fucking load of crap for me tea. So I have, spam, fried spam, eggs, beans, chips, and bread with an inch of butter on it.
That is pretty good.
And I feel obliged to do it because I've had salad for my lunch, but
yeah,
should go home and have another salad.
I think you'd top yourself if you did that.
Yeah. So I'm trying to think of something horrible that I've had. I've had some good pizzas.
Yeah.
A standard pizza with loads of shit on the top, loads of extra, half a jar of jalapenos and extra meats, and extra cheeses.
Great. Right, so I've no first-hand digestion news, but I do have an interesting anecdote from one of my work colleagues.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm not going to mention his name because he does listen to the show, so we're going to call him Tim. That's not his name.
Yeah.
And
Hi, Tim.
He developed a bit of a thing about eggs, like a real craving for eggs, and he used to have 2 poached eggs for his breakfast. He'd come to work, and for lunch at work, if we don't bring lunch in, we go to this restaurant that we call the Dirty Kurds, which is like a Kurdish kebab pizza sandwich place. It's not very clean. So we'd have something really greasy from Dirty Kurds, then he'd go home and have another 2 poached eggs for his tea, because he's discovered he loves poached eggs so much.
I fucking love poached eggs, mate.
Well, go on the poached egg diet and see.
Strange, I had 4 poached eggs for me tea last week. This week.
Yeah.
That's strange. I fucking love them.
So, I think he did this for about 5 days, and he became egg-bound, which I was...
Fucking egg-bound, yeah.
Which I always thought was an old wives' tale, but apparently not. The dungeon was sealed. So, just opposite the Dirty Kurds, where we sometimes go for lunch, it's in like a little shopping centre, and there's a chemist over the road, so every day after lunch we'd buy a different laxative. And we'd go back to the office and he'd take it. And I did write all the brand names down, but I've unfortunately left the piece of paper in my office, so that's a moment of podcasting gold lost forever. But we did this for 3 days, and there was one that was just pills, one that you drink, and then another one that you make into a drink, like a powder.
A sachet.
Exactly. And none of them did anything. And then on day 4, we got some that was actually in the form of a bar of chocolate, which I'd never seen before.
Right.
So we came back to the office, and he ate this bar of chocolate, bent double and keeled sideways at this desk.
Yeah?
And screaming in agony. So, I am actually the designated first aider in our building.
Oh, shit.
So, like, the first aid training says you put him in the recovery position and check if he's breathing and all that shit, but I just got two big lads off the help desk and we sort of carried him between us like he was a gunshot victim and put him in the stall of the toilet to the furthest away from our office. He was in there for about 40 minutes.
Yeah.
And then he came back up to the office very, very white and sweaty.
Did somebody stay in there with him?
Nah.
Were you checking on him?
Nah, nobody
Might
was.
have fucking died in the storm, man. Might have done a Elvis.
So, he came and he didn't say anything. Got his car keys out of his desk drawer and left. Have you ever had the famous egg-bound situation?
I don't know. I mean, I used to eat loads of eggs. And I have suffered with constipation. One of the best shits I've ever seen was when I used to work in Atlantis. There was this big piece of carpet. What they call it was called Craig, the boss of the garage. I said, "Oh, can I have that bit of carpet?" And it was in this old like outbuilding thing.
Yeah.
So I went and got it, and I think somebody had been living rough in there, and they'd had a shit on the floor. It was fucking enormous. Like a what they call a kitchen roll fucking tube, you know, with a huge torpedo. What fucking hell, he's living rough. What's he eating? You know,
I don't
produce that.
I don't
So it was like laid along the roll of carpet, like next to it, you know.
Oh, right. I wasn't getting the relevance of the carpet. I thought.
Yeah, I went into the shed to get the carpet and looked like somebody beating there. Had a, you know, sleeping in there and had a shit on the floor. But it was good carpet.
Did you use it?
Yeah.
Where?
I can't remember. In one of the Elwick Road properties, I think. On the floor.
How many different places did you live in Elwick Road? Was it 2 or 3?
2, but yeah, maybe it's nearly 3, but 2.
We could easily do a whole show on your Elwick Road flat.
Yeah, it was, obviously I see them both. I remember the night that I moved, it was the time where I bought every computer magazine going, and I felt like I had to keep them all. They probably weighed about a ton. I was like carrying them all across in carrier bags. You know, it took me about 3 hours of, you know, just ferrying these magazines across, and then I chucked them all out.
It's funny you should say that, because this isn't related to digestion or anything else, but I'll tell it because you'll probably find it mildly interesting even if nobody else does. Because I've just bought a new house, so obviously I'm renovating, and I wanted a bamboo floor because it's very ecologically sensitive, because it doesn't, what's the word?
Fuck.
Yeah, it doesn't reduce the habitat of primates because it's not hardwood.
Alright.
But obviously bamboo floor is very, very expensive. And
I thought you were never going to do any DIY ever again.
yeah, it's just something you say, isn't it?
Yeah, I suppose. Wishful thinking. Anyway, go on.
So, I saw there was an auction where they were selling packs of bamboo flooring. So, I went to the auction, and I didn't win it, but the way it works in the auction is, say there's 200 packets of bamboo flooring, the bloke who wins it gets to say how many he wants.
Alright, yeah.
So, but there was enough left over for me, and I'd worked out that given the area of the house I needed 55 packs. So, the bamboo flooring came up with this other geezer won it, and there was, I think there was 64 left, and I went to the auction and I said, I'll take 55, and he says, fine, so I went and paid my money. And then I went over to see them, and I hadn't really mentally projected what 55 packs of bamboo flooring looks like. But each pack weighed 34 kilos.
Fucking hell, that's a lot.
That's exactly
altogether.
That's exactly what I said when I saw them. And obviously, it's an auction in a warehouse. You've got limited time to get them out of there.
Yeah.
So I thought, this is nearly 2 tons of bamboo. So this was the Saturday lunchtime. I couldn't do anything then, so I had to take the Monday off work and rent a pickup truck. And I put one pallet on, which I think was 1,200 kilos, even though the maximum weight of the pickup truck was 900. So I had an arse-clenching drive up the freeway with that. I'd unload them.
Was it? Oh, what day was it?
Monday.
Oh shit, not a Sunday then.
No.
Nobody will get that, will they?
No.
Somebody might. Tim won't.
No. I'll come back to that. Anyway, so I had an arse-clenching drive with 1,200 kilos, and then I came back for the next 600, then I'd unload them all and carry these 55 boxes of bamboo flooring into my garage, and I had very heavily bruised forearms the next day.
Excellent.
That was probably at least as bad as carrying the computer magazines.
Yeah.
So the bit about Sundays, when we were younger, I think you maintained at one point that it was legal to carry any load you liked in a car on a Sunday.
Yeah.
So if you want to...
Yep, it's alright, Sunday, you know.
If you want to strap a grand piano to the roof of your Mini...
dragging along out the boot, you know, it's... I'm sorry, it's Sunday, you know, carry on, sir.
So I got a reasonable buy on the bamboo, but it wasn't a pleasant experience walking over and seeing which pallets were mine.
Yeah.
Right.
So, did you really need that much bamboo then?
Yeah. Because bamboo is very, very, when it's made into flooring, it's very heavy and very dense and very hard.
Oh.
So that was it's enough to do the whole house with a 10% contingency.
A house of bamboo.
It's going to be great. Anyway, that was a bit of a detour.
I know, we're fucking halfway through the show, aren't we?
We better get on to the big question.
We're fucking ourselves here.
Right, let's not fuck ourselves. So, my big question is it ever okay to avoid taxes? When I say avoid, I mean blatantly do something illegal. I don't mean just...
Hire a really good accountant bloke to find all the loopholes and sneak out of it.
I mean to do like an outright lie on your tax return.
Is it ever? I would say, yeah. If your son's dying and he needs, money for an operation, and it's a choice between paying your taxes and getting your son the operation, in those circumstances, fine.
All right.
If you're a greedy bastard, then probably not fine, I think is the answer. I mean, knowing what a lot of the tax dollars are spent on, especially in this shithole of a country, it's rather galling, and it'd be very tempting, to say, no, I'm not paying it, but... what's your thoughts, Simon?
I was sort of coming at it from the other direction that you alluded to at the end there. So much of what the government does is at best pointless, or at worst actually evil, that denying them money in quite a lot of cases I think is a moral good.
Yeah. I just, obviously, if nobody paid any tax, it would, quickly turn to shit, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would be Somalia.
Yeah.
But I often wonder if it was just completely voluntary how much tax you paid, what sort of money that would bring in?
If it was voluntary.
Yeah, so you get a tax return, and you just write a number on it, and that's how much tax you're going to pay the next year.
Right, a figure that you come up with yourself.
Yeah.
Not very much, it would be my guess. Did I see something on the fucking news site the other day about some place in America where they don't pay tax? Something to do with cowboys or something.
There's no state income tax in New Hampshire.
What about these politicians that sort of, what's this non-dom thing, and they fuck off, they're registered elsewhere, and they don't pay any tax in this country?
A non-dom is a non-British citizen who lives in the country, but we don't take any of their income tax. And the thinking on this is, it's very good to have fabulously rich people living in the country because they'll spend lots of money here, even if we don't get any of their income tax.
Mm.
So obviously they'll go and buy fucking gold shoes and new kitchens and things.
Yeah.
So that they do.
I'm not really a big fan of that. I don't think.
Well, I think I'm not particularly defending the arrangement, but the thinking is if we tax them anything, they'll go and live in Monaco and buy their gold shoes and kitchens there. So it's better to have a bit off them than nothing off them.
On a sort of similar sort of thing, if you had sort of a married couple, and they have one child, and they're split up, and they have, I say joint custody, but that doesn't really exist. If they have like shared care of that child, so they both have a house, and they put everything at the house that you need for the child, and like I say, it's 50-50, but the mother gets work and family tax credit, family allowance, and CSA contribution from the father.
Yeah.
I think that's wrong.
I absolutely agree. I don't think the law should make any distinction with regard to gender. I think it should just, if there's benefits accruing from the child, split it in two.
It's wrong, and I'm going to write to Dave about that.
Oh, yeah?
Where does that fit in your fairer fucking society or whatever you're harping on about? I fucking want some justice. I'll go to that fucking European court of every fucker's right.
As Alan Partridge says, see you in Strasbourg.
Yeah, I hate that fucking Human Rights Act shit. It's it's just a piece of shit. You'll get 100 fucking bad things, and maybe one good thing comes out of it. But I feel so strongly about this that I'm being discriminated against, because I'm a father rather than a mother. It's utterly fucking, shite.
Well,
sorry, somebody, it's not me, obviously.
It's not the voice of bitter experience speaking.
Yeah, my friend Tim, that's
But I don't think you do single-issue politics by writing letters anymore now. I think you have to have a Facebook group and a trending topic on Twitter.
All right.
But,
I'll do that then.
Right, I'll sign it if you do a Facebook group.
Yeah. Why or why?
Right, we better move on. We're fucking
ourselves. Better move on, We're fucking ourselves here.
Right.
Explainingly unexplained.
Atlantis. Where do you stand?
What did it exist in any form? Is that what we're?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm a bit of a sort of nutter, so I really like to believe in this sort of thing. Yeah, I think there was definitely something. Yeah, I'd like to think it's at the bottom of the sea somewhere.
All right.
But you probably know a bit more about the the history of it and how
Atlantis is it literally means the island of Atlas. And it was mentioned in two of Plato's dialogues, Timaeus and Critias. And I tend to think there could be something in it.
Yeah.
Because Plato describes it as just being beyond the Pillars of Hercules, which puts it near to the Mediterranean in the Atlantic. And there are several submerged land masses in the eastern Atlantic that could possibly have been the site. So there were places that were once islands, but because of the rising sea levels when the last ice age ended, are now submerged.
So you think it was like a place and all this like legend sort of built up around it?
Yeah, and it's possible that obviously Plato wouldn't have had the ability to speak to anybody who was a contemporary of an Atlantean resident, because they were submerged 65,000 years ago, which was 60-odd thousand years before Plato lived, but he possibly had access to some oral history of a time from when those islands were inhabited.
Right, so what did people say about Atlantis? They were incredibly advanced and they could fly.
Plato didn't particularly go into much details about the lifestyles and predilections of the Atlanteans. He just mentioned that in one of the dialogues that it was swallowed by the sea 10,000 years earlier.
Mm.
And it's telling that such accounts as there were of Atlantis were translated from the ancient Egyptian rather than the Greek. So it was from a time that predates any Greek civilization.
All right. So there's lots of people actively looking for it at the moment, aren't there? There's numerous programs in search of Atlantis and what have you.
Oh yeah, Hitler was mad for it, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he loved all that occult bullshit. I mean, he had Nazis.
Oh fucking yeah! Oh yeah. He had his own UFO, didn't he?
He painted a swastika on the side.
Yeah, and flew home in it.
Yeah, so, and like many of these things, there's like a vast cloud of bullshit that's built up around it. There's obviously places it couldn't possibly be.
Yeah.
Because you're living fairly close to one of the possible legendary sites of Atlantic, which was Doggerland, which was a landmass that would have been off the east coast of northern England. It was prior to the Ice Age, all that was above water. So
I know there's a forest in the sea at Seaton, Peru.
Yeah.
Isn't there?
Yeah, so there's...
You can see it.
There are lots of land masses that were habitated by humans that are now submerged. So I'm for once on explaining the unexplained.
yeah, you're up. Yeah.
Yeah, I believe, and I think
there's something there.
Yeah, but the really strong recurring theme with Atlantean myths is they had access to more technology than other contemporary human groups.
We're talking about our friends in the sky.
Well, I don't have to draw you a picture.
Nope. And it was on SpongeBob, so it's probably true.
Was it really?
Atlantis, yeah.
What happened on SpongeBob?
They went to Atlantis, and it was fabulous.
Did they have advanced technology?
I think so. And I think they had, if I'm thinking of the right ones, they had an ancient bubble.
All right.
I might have been a dream I had.
I do think Atlantis is a bit neglected in popular culture. I mean, we've had 1,001 friggin' UFO films and TV shows. I think apart from The Man from Atlantis, which is fairly piss poor and not much of it.
Oh, yeah.
in Atlantis.
Didn't Arthur C. Clarke go to Atlantis?
Did he?
I don't know. Did he do Arthur C. Clarke?
He went to Sri Lanka and was a nonce.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He loved kids.
He went to Atlantis and he brought a crystal skull back.
Did he use it for healing and telepathy?
Arthur C. Clarke's A to Z of Mysteries from Atlantis to Zombies. Get it on Amazon now.
No thanks. So, yeah, I'm 80-20 that there was a human civilization called Atlantis that's now submerged.
Yeah, I've got a thumbs up for Atlantis. It sounds quite nice as well. It's quite nice to say, isn't it? Atlantis. Yeah.
So, just before we go into the song, have you got any requests for Explaining the Unexplained next week?
Oh, man, I've just found it. SpongeBob's Atlantis Square Pantis.
So I think for people who are interested in further studies of Atlantis, that's probably a good place to start. So let's move it into the song, which is the not the B. Arthur tribute song.
No, this is Gordon B. has produced this one. I think it's really great. It's really great, and I hope you enjoy it. It's about, birds and that sort of shit. No, it's not about birds. It's about, doing your best and doing what's right, and all that sort of shit. And it's quite good.
All right. Take it away, Dr. Brownell.
What did I
Wonderful stuff.
Thank you.
Right, have you found the diary?
Dr. Brown is day from years ago.
Dr. Brown is day to day from years ago.
Yes, I did find the diary. It was in a plastic green tray.
Right. So, 29th of August, I'm confidently predicting a very melancholy set of entries, because when you're a small child, the year doesn't run January to December, it runs September to August, and I think the last week in August would have been filled with meditations of another school year about to start. So,
Nice.
that's my prediction.
1977. Today I went to the fish sands, and I might go tomorrow.
It's relative.
Yeah. 1978. Today, my dad was at home, so we went to get some fish and chips for dinner, and then went to the One-Armed Bandits. We went to see Warlords of Atlantis. Oh, fuck.
Hey,
Shit.
that's spooky.
Oh, God. We went to see Warlords of Atlantis, and interesting programme on animals. Fucking hell. Well,
I've got the Wikipedia entry for Warlords of Atlantis here, and I've got to say it has the best poster of any film ever.
make of that what you will, folks.
So I strongly encourage everybody to go and look at the Wikipedia entry for Warlords of Atlantis and drink in the glory of its poster.
Excellent.
Have you got it up?
Oh, matron. No, but I will now. Fantastic.
How fucking good is that poster?
It's fucking awesome. I bet I was really excited going to see that.
I might see if I can get it on a torrent. Let's quickly move on.
Right. 1979. Today I went over to Hart on my bike before I had my brekkie, so I had it there. I went to Hartlepool Museum to see a taxidermist. I went to Hartlepool Museum to see a taxidermist. A work he did.
I remember going to that, do you?
No.
Oh yeah, we went together. It was just
Oh, that may be. He did a grey squirrel and. No, but it definitely looks like Gru. He did Gru.
I mean, this is an incredible thing for. It was intended for children, and there weren't many there, even in the 70s when there was literally nothing to do. So you just sat in a room and watched this bloke stuff a grey squirrel. Yeah, I remember it distinctly.
Oh, bloody hell. Well done.
Thanks.
1980. I withdrew £1.96 out of the Halifax, which was my interest. I have got £8 to take on holiday tomorrow, including one 10p token. We packed and got organised. I sent a letter to Rutsby.
I must have been in Saudi at this stage.
Yeah.
Where were you going on holiday?
Scarborough or somewhere like that, or somewhere crappy like that. I remember I saved up all this money for like a year. Well, I say all this money.
It's £8's a decent amount of wedging.
Yeah, I had about a tenner. And I went there and I went on the fruit machines and I lost it in an hour. That was it. I wanted to go home. So I spent the rest of the holiday sort of like hanging around in the arcades looking for pennies and things people had left in the machines and dropped on the floor.
Did you find any?
I got about £1.20 and then the bloke chased me. Bastard.
That's fantastic. Did you lot in the first hour of your holiday?
Yeah. It was great. I only needed, another 10p and I could have won it all back, honest.
Oh, God.
Right, 1981. Daz, Rut and I could go and see Condor Man together. I think I've put hope in brackets there.
Uh-huh. I think
Sorry, go on.
I think we did actually go and see it.
Cool. Hoon, that's what I used to call my elder sister Alison. Hoon's hair is disgusting. So's everything about it. Suits her though. I watched the horror films. One crap, seen one before. Kath and Co. Coming home tomorrow. Didn't go to see Superman 2. Disappointed.
Oh, you went to see Condor Man.
Yeah.
Superman 2 is the best Superman film as well.
Yeah, so I suppose it ended on a melancholy note.
Do you remember Condor Man?
Oh yeah,
Michael Crawford and Oliver Reed.
Yeah, he had a great car, and I think it came to Hartlepool once.
He was a brave casting choice, I felt, Michael Crawford, but he did quite well in it.
Yeah, I think I got a signed postcard of it or something. I might have it somewhere. With on the picture of the car or something. I definitely had something to do with it. As somebody knew somebody who knew somebody else. Some shit like that.
Oh, God, those were good diary entries. I was blown away by the Atlantis one.
Oh no, my eyes have strayed to the previous day. I'm going to have to poke my eyes out.
I just want to issue a podcast listener guarantee that we didn't set up that Atlantis thing.
Oh, fucking hell, I just wouldn't go there, but that is, 100%, in genuine coincidence. Maybe.
Right, we're coming up on the hour mark, so let's dive into the turbo sack.
The turbo sack.
Must be a bulging sack, is it?
Yeah, so we've... I've sorted through for the interesting ones. I mean, there's lots of, you're both geniuses, etc. So we appreciate that, more of that sort of thing, please.
Uh-huh.
So, Turbocast superfan Mel, hi Mel.
Hiya Mel.
Wants to know
Can you send something in, Mel, like a picture of your kitchen or something, or a sketch or something? So I'd really like to feature something, on our... The featured picture, like, I don't know, a picture out of your window or something, or something you drew when you were a child.
So if she wants to send something up to turbocast@live.co.uk, I'll put it on the website.
That would be smashing.
Yeah, to leave Mel's art corner. I'm actually going to change the question a little bit, because obviously I'm a podcasting professional, so I can make it more impactful and funnier. So her question is, what's the worst meal we've ever eaten? But I'm going to change that to what's the worst meal you've ever had to eat, because obviously I've had lots of meals where I could only make a token effort at them because they were so disgusting.
Yeah.
So, the situation is it's a terrible meal, but you had to eat it.
There's something comes to mind, but it's not a meal. When I was on the Watch Patrol scheme, government-funded fucking scheme, I don't know what the fuck it was about. I don't know. it was supposed to, I don't know, kept the raggy asses off the street, you know.
Yeah.
All we did was sit in a cabin and play cards. And there was this guy called Bob. He never sat in the cabin. He had like a camper van. He was sitting there with his Alsatian. And me and this other guy had been on patrol, and he took it really seriously. You know, he went out with his dog, and we just fucked about. And we went and sat in the allotments and drank cider.
It was the 80s.
Yeah, and he said, "Oh, guys, do you want to?" It was a cold night. And
Yeah.
he said, "Oh, do you want to come in and have a cup of coffee? Yeah, we get yourself." And there was just like two of us. We were probably like, the best out of the bunch sort of thing. So he went in there and he poured us this coffee, and it was the most fucking disgusting thing I'd ever put in my mouth. It was absolutely fucking vile, and but I had to drink it all and look like I enjoyed it. And it was fucking, I don't know whether he'd lost his sense of taste or something, or it was a joke or something. He seemed quite genuine. I just think it was some weird. He made his own fucking coffee or something, but it, ground his own beans, but it was fucking horrible. And as soon as you said that, that came to mind. Obviously, it's not eating something; it's drinking something. But that was, scarred me. It really did.
I'm a little bit curious as to how a cup of coffee can be so bad. Was it nauseating or acrid or?
It just had the weirdest, unpleasant taste. Like, I shouldn't be putting this in my mouth. I shouldn't be swallowing, fucking alarm bells were going off, Don't stop drinking it. Stop drinking it, it's probably poisonous,
Run away.
I don't know whether he had some, like, suicide thing where he decided to top himself and he thought he'd take us two with him, and had something really horrible in it, an anthrax or something, or,
So who was in the camper van with you?
There was Bob, the old guy, and there was me and this other guy called, was it called Dave or something?
So could Dave drink his coffee?
I think he did, yeah. I think he did. Like, just gulped it down and, thanks. Went outside and, tried not to spew. I'm going to have to rack my brain now for something that I've had to eat.
I think the coffee covers it. I have one that really stands out, and it was.
I've got one. I've got one. I still feel sick from it.
Go.
It was actually your mother, Kathleen, Hart Village. Oh, do you want some burgers, lads, for your dinner? Oh yeah, that would be great, Kath. Thanks. And puts on the plate. A fucking nut burger, fucking nut fucking burger, beef burger made out of fucking nuts. It was absolutely fucking horrendous, and I was really looking forward to sank my teeth into it. And, I had to eat it though, but it was absolutely vile.
I don't remember that particular incident. I don't remember eating nut burgers because my mother at that time worked in a health food shop.
Oh man, so I can still taste it.
So we would often be experimented upon with various products of the health food shop. I remember the nut burgers distinctly. They were very, very nutty.
Yeah, Kath would say, "Oh, get it in, it's good for you, it's lovely." Thanks, Kath. I'm glad she moved on to ham sarnies and a Kit Kat and a cup of tea.
So. I don't remember the nut burgers being that bad. I probably ate a lot more of them.
It was the texture as well. Get in it, yeah.
The one I remember was when I lived in London, and we used to rent a house. I was a student at the time, and the landlady lived next door, which is obviously both a blessing and a curse. I can't remember the exact circumstances, but I was in the house on my own. I think the other three were all away for the weekend or something. And she was some sort of Mediterranean, Middle Eastern origin woman. And she said, "Oh, are you hungry?" And of course, I was a 19-year-old student, so I was always hungry. I said, "Yes." She said, "Oh, well, come round and I'll give you some food." And possibly because English wasn't her first language, my inference was that I would go there, get the food, and take it away. So I went round there, and she served this thing, and I think it was some sort of pasta, but it was in a very, very oily orange sauce. And she sort of put the plate on the kitchen table, and then I knew I was going to have to perform.
Sit down and...
And even, it had a very harsh, metallic smell.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew then I was in very, very severe difficulties. I was in a situation here. And so I sat down, and the first mouthful made me balk. It was just absolutely horrendous. I thought, I'm not going to be able to do this, but obviously being a well-brought-up young man, it's a social minefield. What do you do? But luckily, a phone rang.
Yeah.
And I think this instance was possibly later reused in a Terry and June script. She went on the phone.
Your trousers, did you?
No, Fortune smiled on me again, and there was a bin under the kitchen table.
Ooh.
So I put 3/4 of it in the bin, left a little bit to make it believable, and then when she came back, I sort of mimed being stuffed capacity, made my excuses, and left.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
Nasty, was it?
It was very, very bad. But obviously, she was trying to do me a kindness, so I didn't want to offend her.
Oh, God, no.
So, I don't know if she ever found it in the bin, and, if she didn't, she's listening, I'm sorry.
She still cries about it. I've thought of another drink one.
Go on, then.
It was fucking horrible. Actually, at Mauritius.
Oh, yeah.
And I stayed with a mad Scottish woman on the occasion of your wedding.
Yeah.
I'd been out and I'd been to that bar because I couldn't bear to stay in the room because it was full of spiders and lizards and God knows what. Anyway, when I got back there, she was like pally with the locals, and she was having like a little bit of a get together in the kitchen. She had a big kitchen, they all sat on the table, and the local drink was rum. And I'd had several, jugs, and I went in there. She said, "Oh, join us, Simon, come and have a, tot of rum." And I thought, rum, take it or leave it. But this wasn't just normal rum. They put all this fucking seeds and shit in it. Fucking berries and,
Psychoactive components.
Yeah. And she gave me, it was like a half of rum, like half a pint, this big glass. So I sat down and I tasted it, and it was fucking awful. It was really disgusting. I just, how can you drink this shit? And I had to sit there, and I can remember like looking at the glass and seeing how much it had gone down when I had a drink, and I'd drink a bit more, and they're like being very hospitable, and I had to sit there and drink it all. And I managed to gag it down, and I bid them good night, and thank you very much, and fucking laid on my bed, and watched the spiders run, feeling fucking horrendous. Oh, God.
I think this is from Terry, who said he was the same age as us, so he identified the diary entries. He's recently back on the dating scene. He doesn't offer us any more details than that. But his question is, what would be the worst...
Should next, like, go on, yeah, go on, my son, go on. Etc.
Yeah, and so forth. His question is, what would be the worst possible film to go and see on a date? So I'm going to set a few ground rules here. It has to be something that has had a theatrical release. Obviously, Brazilian snuff movie would be pretty bad, but you're unlikely to be able to go and see that at your local megaplex.
I actually did a good one with this young lady that I started seeing. First, like, proper night out. We went to see Watchmen.
Oh, yeah. Which is quite horrifically violent.
Yeah. Yeah, so I thought that was quite, that amused me that I didn't really expect, and we were like, oh, that was good, wasn't it? Yeah, it was nice.
Giant coffee.
Well, the shag's out the question then.
So, I have, obviously I see the turbo sack quite a bit before you have had time to think about this, and I can think of two which would be pretty bad.
Yeah.
The first one is Sukiyaki Django Western, which is a Japanese cowboy film, and it has all the things women hate because it's very highly stylized. It's brutally violent and not terribly logical, and there's one absolutely protracted rape sequence that the victim later recounts through the medium of interpretive dance. So I think that would be a massive buzzkill.
Uh-huh.
Have you seen it?
No.
I have to check it out. It's quite good.
Right, I will.
It's also it's in English, but none of the Japanese actors can really speak English, so they sort of mangle all the English dialogue, and it has English subtitles on top of that.
Uh-huh.
So you can just imagine trying to explain that to a young lady.
Yeah.
And the other one that I haven't seen, but I was just reading about, I think would be fairly awesomely bad. It would be the Human Centipede.
Oh, yeah.
Have you heard of this?
No.
Alright, it's a recent release, so you might be able to take a woman to the cinema to see it. And it's about a mad surgeon who wants to create a human centipede. So he kidnaps 3 people, 2 men and a woman, and he modifies their knee joints so they can only walk on all fours. And then he sews the arsehole of the first man to the mouth of the second woman, and the arsehole of the second woman to the mouth of the third woman, to make the human centipede with a completely continuous digestive tract.
I like it.
Yeah?
I think I dreamt that the other night.
So, that would be pretty bad. It was, I read a review of it by Roger Ebert. He was a fairly famous film reviewer in the Chicago Sun-Times, and he says, I normally give film stars, but I'm not giving this film any stars because it's from a place where the stars don't shine.
Yeah, that's good.
So, there you go. I think Watchmen, Sukiyaki Western Django, and The Human Centipede are our nominations.
How about Warlords of Atlantis?
Do you remember anything at all about it?
No. Not at all, no.
I would love to see it.
It's got fucking Doug McClure in it, it's a guarantee of quality. Fantastic.
Right, so that's it for Turbocast 15. I think we'll be back with 16 quite quickly now.
Yeah, definitely.
Because we've mastered the technology, we're back in the groove, so...
We're at Turbocast 15 and we've mastered the technology.
Absolutely. my voice is going, so I'll invite you to send questions, comments and feedback to turbocast@live.co.uk, and I'll say good night.
Bye, folks.
There you go.